Hello and welcome everyone to episode 210 of One Piece at a Time, the One Piece read-through podcast where we read and discuss 5 chapters of the One Piece manga each and every week. I'm your host, Derrick Bittner, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host and freelance letterer, Brandon Bovia. And, Brandon...
Yep.
Do you like revelations? Because boy howdy does Oda have revelations in spades for you. Good God. This must have been agonizing for people, considering we took that break for Stampede. Like, you picked a better time for the spoiler, but the worst time for pacing.
For the manga. Yes, very much so. Excuse me. This really feels like Oda is like cashing checks, right? It feels like a lot of the long-running mysteries that we've had ever since the start of the Wano arc. It's like bam, 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 bam. You know, not all, maybe not all, but certainly like a huge chunk of like things that, you know, like, okay, I kind of know roughly when this is going to get revealed. I didn't realize it was like, oh, this is like all in one straight stretch, basically.
It's
pretty great
many
stuff.
Elements, and
it's cool to see it all come together, though. Like, it feels like we're kind of crossing our T's, dotting our I's. Like, let's get these last little things out of the way.
It really does. Like, it feels like we're clearing the board. It's time for fighting, ostensibly.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, pretty much.
It really feels like. You know what it feels like? It feels like the split between Water 7 to Enies Lobby.
Yes, yeah.
Where
110%.
Like, we're done with Wano itself. Time for Onigashima.
Yeah. And I guess that is the thing, right? It is sort of like all of the like Wano-centered plot lines. And again, I can't be bothered to put it like under a microscope, so I can't say like, oh yeah, we figured out everything, but like a lot of the big stuff is like, yeah, a lot of the stuff that had been building up over the course of the Wano arc is like, all right, you know. The with the truths out, it's sort of like a lot of stuff starts making sense in hindsight, which I just think is
there's still
very cool.
A few fates to question and whatnot, but you know, for the most part, we have a sense here. And just begin with, we got to get to the end of the flashback, and good God.
Yeah, that's also I feel like burying the lead a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
This flashback is like a legendary run.
Oh my God, it is so freaking good. Just yeah, what can I say? Let's just get to it. Chapter 971, Sentenced to Boil, as Gotti is rushing. He might have failed that first time, but he's rushing to save Chiffon. Something's going on, so he's determined. So I like how this even has its own revelation for this set.
Right.
Chapter, the titles. Oh God! But let's get into it as we just get a sense of just the build up to everything and just how dangerous it is and how like Momonosuke's child. Because again, the thing I have to keep in mind is that the stuff we're seeing right here is like a few months ago at this point for Momonosuke, which is weird to think about.
It is. And definitely, you know, we kind of get this speech from Lady Toki here. You know, they're kind of like, you know, he's worried, you know, that like, why is my life in danger? And, you know, we have to get our food tested for poison and all that stuff. And just, you know, the way Lady Toki's like, you know, your father is a great man and you are meant to one day carry this nation on your shoulders, which, you know, talking about, you know, all of this has basically just been, you know, like a stretch of a few months. Like it's a good reminder, and I think something to keep in mind, just like the weight of the world on Momonosuke's shoulders right now, and sort of like the things that he is witnessing, you know, from the perspective of, you know, a poor 8-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the thing that gets to me is that the death of Oden is just that fresh, because for some reason in my head, it's almost like Oden died, past a few weeks, and then all the crazy stuff happened. That's not how it goes down. For whatever reason, it felt like that. It's like, that is not how this happens.
Well, it's one thing that they mentioned it kind of at that first kind of meeting near the start of Wano, where they're like, yeah, you know, what was 20 years ago for the rest of the country was like, you know, mere weeks or months for us. But like it is sort of, as all of this is like an afternoon, basically.
Oh boy. And then we see how the execution is going to take place of Oden and the vassals. And we see the giant boiling pot fires all around. It's massive. And it's the people are gathering. It's like, oh, a boiling. It's not every day you get to see that. It only takes a second because they use oil. So you don't want to miss this. It's like, these are sick people.
They really are. Yeah, and the way that they've just kind of resigned themselves to is like, so they couldn't beat Kaido. It's like, even for a full of a lord, like, I thought his strength was a real deal. He's no good. What was he good for anyway? Like, the people are just writing him off, and like they're all just kind of like, yeah, well, let's watch. It's like, let's watch a man burn, but also like you see that shot like from the crowd's perspective. It's like, could you even see anything?
I know, right? Unless it's well, it seems to be. I want to say it's shallow, but look at the size of Oden compared to the regular man.
That's also true.
What is over the head of most people? It seems like hip.
Yeah. I do love that Orochi and Kaido they got their sake cups. They're like, this is gonna be good.
Kaido has his fresh bandages to help him out, and I do like, it's horrifying because Oda makes a point to be like, this is what it does to a normal person. Guy slips in, boils to death in seconds, and it's terrifying.
Like, I don't know if we've ever seen on screen like a man just like immolate.
No.
and just burn into like a sack of bones. Like, that is maybe one of the most horrifying on-screen deaths I have ever seen in One Piece.
Yeah, I would declare it probably the most horrifying death to see on screen in One Piece. Because good God.
Just straight up.
So
yeah, and with that, with the stage set for that, Oden is like, I want to add a condition. Like,
I want a chance.
If anybody survives, let them go free.
And of course, all the Akazaya 9 are like, what the heck? And even Kaido's like, wait, withstand? This is an instantaneous death sentence. And Orochi's, of course, laughing it all up. And it's like, all right, get a clock. You have an hour. Let's see you last an hour. That's enough time to get lightheaded in the bath. He's just laughing it up about all this.
Yeah. Of course, we just literally saw a man slip his foot in and die.
In seconds. So it is a lot. And he's like, all right, do I have your word? He's like, yeah, of course. It's like, all right. The people are just like, geez, he won't give up. Can you make it quick? I've got errands. This is pathetic. So
they wanted a show.
Yeah, they like, come on, you got to be ridiculous here. And Oden jumps in, and you can see his face like, it is, well, it's boiling.
Hot.
It sucks.
It's scalding. Yeah, and then of course all of his vassals are like, don't let her go to a lord go it alone. Go after him. And Oden says, get on top of the plank. You turn the page, and Oden is holding up all of the Akazaya samurai with his bare hands, so they don't have to boil. He is literally holding them up.
Oh my! And as soon as you see this, it's like, oh my, because the fates of everybody in this shot. It's like, oh my God, he does it.
Yes, right.
That realization that this man, and and also just the brilliance of Oda making his catchphrase, I am Oden and I am born to boil. It's like, God.
It's so that irony, right?
Again, it's the ridiculousness that Oda is known for, matched up with just the sheer badassness of the act itself. Is like, how do we turn this absolutely silly thing into something incredible? And
I also think too, like just like on the sheer hype of it all, and so much of what this flashback has been, I feel like you want to talk about seeing legends like Roger and Whitebeard in their prime, kind of establishing that Oden is a man who is like, if he is a man that Roger and Whitebeard would call their equal, like, then of course he would have to go out in a way that is also, like, I feel like kind of living up to that larger than life legendary stature. And it's just like, it's something that Oda loves to do all of the time. I feel like with these, I don't know if he's ever like, oh, here's this guy who's like, kind of somebody you should idolize, kind of, he's a hero. He has this whole arc. He turns it around. Like, yes, he is actually that cool.
Yeah. What's it take to take out a member of Roger and Whitebeard's crew? This.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Good.
And then, of course, there's the whole tragedy angle of it as well, with the, with what the samurai have been through, and they basically have to watch their lord die in front of them while he's just holding them up for an hour.
Yeah, withstand and see all this, and Orochi is immediately like, it's like, wait, you're playing a trick on me. The vessels aren't even touching the oil, but Kaido's like, well, he's in the pot, so it's entertaining, so whatever, let it done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And everybody else is, and of course, the crowd's just like, "Geez, look at that strength!" But doing it while still in, boiling oil, and oh gosh, I'm blanking on her name.
Shinobu.
Shinobu, thank you, is watching. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I think really emphasized to me is, like, I thought we were going to immediately start really passing the time. And the fact that we're getting all these scenes of what it's like for him in there, boiling, the people watching, it hasn't even been a minute.
Yeah,
the fact that
like
Oden's,
4 pages, basically.
making you really feel every moment of what it is to stand in this boiling oil.
Yeah. Yeah, and even you have the samurai are just kind of like, I think the heat alone is going to make me alive. They're just like, I'll give you something to complain about. All we have to do is stand here. It's like, don't move. Like, they're...
Oh, God, and he's barefoot on the metal as you can see the blood coming off his feet. You can see the blood bursting from his veins and coming out his nose. And it's 4 minutes. It's like, again, still incredible. But the fact that he has to do this for an hour, it's just like...
Right, yeah.
How?
56 more minutes left to go. Yeah, and then, of course, after 4 minutes, all these people are saying, this is surprisingly boring. To be screaming and dying in agony. And that's just what gets Shinobu to just, like, just... go off on these people.
Yeah, she gets rid of the fact that she's hiding herself amongst the people. It's like, how dare you call him a fool of a lord? Say it one more time and I will end your life. She's like, wait, what's this woman doing? And she just immediately starts shouting out, you are the fools. And I forgot our ninja squad, but the ninjas that she was a part of that turned against Oden, of course, notice her. And Kinoshiro is like, wait, what is she doing? Why is she making a scene? And that's when she, gets our first big revelation. What was Oden's deal with Orochi that he ended up doing his silly dances? And she goes, who do you think has been ensuring that you all live in peace? If you lose Lord Oden now, you'll all come to understand. You'll know just how much misery he kept at bay. Orochi is no shogun or even a dictator. Orochi doesn't want to rule over a populace. And, she had witnessed what Orochi was saying. He doesn't care. It's not about power. This is pure revenge. I am here to drive Wano into complete ruin and for pure vengeance. And it's one of those things, I think at the time it's like this. I wonder how it felt at the time, because I think it's a bit of the feeling of this mindset. Probably hits harder now than it does back in the day when it first was released, where it's just like, oh, he's gone overboard on this one. It's like, geez, it's like truly evil. It's like, and then you're looking at it like, no, this is just, I was wronged, and so everybody else has to pay. And it's like,
I mean, this is like, we're in like 2019. So I feel like even at the time, like, you kind of get it.
You kind of get it. It seems a little bit more advanced than what you think. Beyond that,
it's even worse now.
It's even worse now. It really is. This is like, Hoda, I applaud you for like capturing like the idea of this, but damn it, it sucks that you're right.
And that's the thing. That's sort of what makes Orochi. We've compared him to like kind of the other like sniveling brat kind of villains like Wapol in the past, but like just sort of what fuels him and kind of like what his end game is like so much worse and so much more sinister than what we've seen up to this point, right? And I think this kind of revelation where he kind of, is going on and on of how his family name had basically been, tarnished. His grandpa committed a crime and was forced to commit seppuku, and then it's basically like from that point onward, the Kurozumi name, they just they beat us, they threw us in the river, they killed us, and you can even kind of understand like the revenge plot side of things of okay, I want my revenge on the Kozuki clan for you understand the logic of the man who committed the crime was long dead at this point, and even if a child could be a criminal, he happens to have the name Kurozumi, it's all that all makes sense to me. But then sort of how far he goes with it.
Yeah, I mean, you get it. Like, it sucks. You're a kid. You didn't do anything, and just because your grandfather did this thing, now you're being accused of all this stuff. But the lengths you go to get that revenge is something else. And Wapple feels like 2016 to 2020. Yeah. Orochi is 2024 on.
yeah. Well, 100%. I think the interesting thing that I didn't think about on my first read, but sort of dawned on me now is Orochi won, right? For all intents and purposes, he's his whole thing of just wanting to drive the country into ruin. He got that for 20 odd years, and we see that he's the life of the party, and he's just every day, right? Just partying it up with women, he's living the life, but he can't even enjoy his own victory because he's just so, and as we'll see, just so shaken by the course of events that he is just driven, it adds an extra layer to the paranoia that we see from him in the modern story.
Yeah, very much so. But from that little revelation, Shinobu goes, from a room in the back, he produced a tribute for Kaido, a great stock of weapons, and many hundreds of kidnapped people. They would be sold, tortured, or killed. Once handed over, their lives would be finished, their fates sealed. Oden was, of course, furious and actually collided with Kaido at this point. Kaido was there. Yeah. But during that fight, and I think he realized that I don't know if Kaido's capable of beating Orochi. Oden. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So Orochi's just you know what? You want to stop the kidnappings, but if you go to war against us, you will lose far more. So Oden had the choice to he could have cut it all down right now, and even they admitted yeah, you probably could have won if you actually did it. But because he was actually concerned for the people, he accepted the offer. And so what it was is every time he made the public dance in the buff every week as an apology to the Kurozumi clan, then he would lose all of his standing, but 100 lives would be saved. And he trusted that their promise would last for 5 years, and after those 5 years, they would sail away from the country when they were done building their ships. So he traveled to region, making sure nothing changed. He was that's why we saw him in all those different elements, because he was just double checking on everybody to make sure everything was going as Orochi promised. And Orochi knew he had to keep that promise, or else he was going to attack far sooner. Mm-hmm. Because as soon as he realized, he's going against this, they attacked. It was over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So his act of doing that silly dance, he's been actually protecting Wano. So who is the fool of a lord? And it's just damn.
Yeah. All right. Time for you feel bad yet?
Oh God, just
which of course I feel like this just kind of really shows the tragedy of it all, and I feel like as we're even kind of seeing now, they never were going to stick to their word on anything. No, they were never going to. This was all Orochi wanted from the beginning. It kind of reminds me of okay, maybe not quite as bad as Hody, who was just sort of an empty vessel for inherited hatred, but it does kind of remind me of that, of there is sort of no grander vision, right? There is, from Kaido's side of thing, he's in it for the bag, he's in it for the business, but for Orochi is just that petty.
It's pettiness, but also just pure pleasure for himself. What can I do? Because I'm owed all this because I was wronged for how many years. Yes. It's something else. On one hand, you kind of see where he's coming from. On the other hand, it goes far too far. It's just it's just, Yeah, it's like, oh god.
I mean, I feel like we're every time, right? It's like, how much more evil can we make Orochi?
Turns out a lot.
Yes.
Orochi, yeah, he's still absolutely despicable in every way, shape, and form. Oh gosh. All right. Gosh, there's so much to go. Let's go ahead and move on to our next chapter, 972. I am Oden, and I was born to boil. And we get a color spread this time around, and I'm like, what is this based off of? It's One Piece Hungry Days, and I just looked it up.
Yeah,
it's a commercial. I forgot about the commercial series where it's the Straw Hats drawn in a more typical.
Yeah, and fashion. It's a high school AU, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
and it was based off. God, what was the Hungry Days stuff? Like, what was the?
It's ramen. It's ramen.
Oh, it's ramen. I was like, is it ramen?
Yeah.
Is it ramen? I think it's ramen.
Yeah, it's a ramen commercial.
It turns out it's just ramen. Which everybody I remember seeing this is like, why is this so beautifully?
It is. That's the thing.
I don't even know if I saw all of the commercials for it. That, you know what, that might be. I don't know how long the commercials are, or how many there are, how many commercials are. But that might be a fun bonus.
Yeah,
just to see what they do for those.
Yeah, I remember really, really liking these, and it's also like, oh, we're getting like so further along in the manga that like, oh, we're getting like promos for stuff that I remember in real time.
I remember these because everybody was talking about it. I just took a look at the combination there, and it goes beyond even the Straw Hats. There's also Vivi, Mihawk, Whitebeard, and Teach all get their own versions.
They're all everybody's a pretty typical high school anime character now. Mm-hmm. And the person who designed this was a famous manga artist by the name of Eisaku Kubonoichi, who I don't recognize like anything that he worked on, but he's been in the game since the 80s. So
oh wow,
yeah. And weirdly enough, I recognize his style, but like I've never really heard of anything that he's done.
I mean, I think what helps is it's funny. Around the same time, I've not seen the series myself, but he did the character designs of Carol and Tuesday. Yeah. Which I've not seen, but that's a Watanabe joint from Cowboy Bebop, and I've heard it's quite good. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty fun. I feel like I've heard of Chocolat. I've not. Let me see if there's no pictures. Either way. That's really cool.
It is very, very cool.
And seeing contrasted like that Oda style to this style, it's like yeah, it fits.
It's cool. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. Chopper as a little boy is pretty good. Brooke actually having his human face, like shortening Usopp's nose but still having it pronounced, and then just. Yeah, it's so good. It's really it's
Frankie with a slightly normal chin. It's very funny to me.
It's surprisingly charming. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, it's a great art style. I think they translate wonderfully.
Mm-hmm. Might have to like mark that down for a bonus set, because I think we might have a lot more to say about that than we think. Because let's talk about One Piece ramen commercials.
Yeah, right.
Oh God, let's get into the chapter itself though, and the people realizing, oh God, Oden's been doing all that.
We made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, you can't just tell us that. It's too much for my emotions to process. Like, what the hell? And of course, by this point, the other ninjas arrive and is like, you're only going to cause confusion, Shinobu. All they need to know is that the fool of a lord who defied the shogun is going to die. The execution will eventually finish, and that will be the lasting message. And she's just like has that venom of Fukurokuju. Oh God, Fukurokuju.
Yeah, it's a name for sure. It's for sure a name. And of course, this is also like it's one thing, kind of seeing how Shinobu ties into all of this. Since she's not really been like a part of all this, but is so deeply involved in the current story. And she's like, I've decided to, join my fate to theirs, life or death, and then she declares herself a vassal of Lord Oden. This is like, you can't fire me, I quit.
Yeah, and I mean, she's all in. She is all in. If they die, I'll die. I don't care.
Yeah,
and it's
but of course we do have a different problem on our hands, though. Because as soon as like the people in the crowd learn the truth and then you're like, please stop, I beg of you, and random people just start getting shot like in the heart with arrows, and we're surrounded.
Yeah,
and we
immediately Orochi's true nature comes to light, whereas like the crowd instantly understood the threat a madman bent on revenge posed to them. Oh, yes. Yeah. And just him going, silence, trash.
Yeah. Like, oh, yeah, again, we've made a horrible mistake.
Oh, God. So it turns out the man in the boiling oil, he's our only hope. Oh, crap. And that's, of course, they like, wait a second, let's look around. Oh, no, we're surrounded by Kaido and Orochi's men. They have all kinds of weapons. Yeah, we've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah. And they're all trapped. And it's like, that was actually kind of worked out perfectly for Orochi. And I would assume he knew, right? That like, oh yeah, people are going to come watch this and, we're going to make an example out of him, but also, why not get some extra murder in on the side while we're
here? Yeah, it might fully cause a revelation. It's hard to say, but enough news is able to go out that the letter arrows were sent across all of Wano. So we see Yasuie is one of the ones that got one of the letters and saw what actually happened, and it's just it's spreading all over Wano. It's not just the people at the execution itself. And God, that narration. The boiling oil in the pot passed 700 degrees and continued to rise. I have to assume he's using hockey to try to, like, armament hockey to hold this at bay. It's the only way.
Truly. I mean, maybe on some level he's also just built different, but we already know that
he's naturally built different, but also just has to add. Has to add in that extra layer.
Again, that's Oda's, and I feel like when he breaks out the narration, it is always like, this man was the coolest man to have ever lived.
And yeah, it's the people calling out, "Thank you for protecting us. Sorry for insulting you. We were ignorant. Hang in there." And Kinemon's immediately upset. It's like, now they care. How convenient for them. It's just, and the vassals just like ignore them. Oden and Oden goes, "No, thank you. I will persevere." And he's actually appreciative of them shouting all this stuff.
Yeah, which is it's just a great little interaction. He didn't need to put that in there, but I love that. Despite all of this, that it's still so wholesome.
And again, it's crazy to think this man was never the shogun. He never became the shogun at all. Yet he is still disrespected. And it's just like, hey, he's basically getting his final words out. It's like, hey, listen to me. If I manage to survive this boiling, I would like to open up this country. It's like, she's like, what is he talking about? Yeah, and Kinemon's just, okay, you said that before, that the Kozuki clan had something to do with our closed policy. What did you learn out there on the Great Sea? And Oden tells the people, long ago, the ones responsible for closing this nation to the rest of the world were the Kozuki clan. So that's interesting that his own clan chose to cut off Wano from the rest of the world. And it was to protect Wano from a great external power. So something happened, let's go with 800 years ago, because of that lost century, that void century. What the hell happened? That the Wano was like, oh hell no, we're out of here.
Yeah. Well, if I may be so bold, we do know as a fact, what happened at the end of the void century, but the establishment of the world government.
That is true. What actually was it like establishing the world government to get to that point?
I think we're starting to figure that out a bit, especially also knowing, because we learned this in the last set, right? Where it was like, they are specifically opening Wano's borders for Joy Boy.
Yes.
That's the whole thing. So it's like, I feel like there's a connection here.
Yeah. something happened. It almost seems like a global war that whatever became the world government actually won in the end. And, as the whole mention of Joy Boy, he never says it himself, but he's like, no, Wano, no, the entire world awaits a figure. And when that figure appears after an 800-year span, this country must be prepared to welcome and work with them. I will be clear with you. They are going to kill me today. No matter what, I am going to die today. Oh, I'm blanking on her name. It's been so long.
Kiku.
Kiku, that's it. It's like, no, you can do it. You're already a third of the way through. I'm at this point, I'm like, oh my God, it's only been a third of the hour. Good God.
It's been 20 minutes.
This is ridiculous.
Christ. Yeah.
So he's like, I got to pass on my dream to you. I want you to open up Wano in my stead. And, of course, Denjiro's immediately like, we should join him in the pot. And it's like, and I love that Raizo gets this point because he understands like, no, we're not going to join him in this. We need to be his living will. Your dream is our dream. And then it is that well said. And I like that Raizo is the one to get that moment because he doesn't get a lot in these backgrounds.
But that he's just as dedicated as the rest of them,
Yeah. It's a good one. And another 10 minutes.
And of course, I feel like there's that. Actually, I had a sentiment. I'll wait.
Okay. Yeah, another 10 minutes passed, so we only have 30 minutes left. By this point, it was a hell where even the heat haze was lethal. The boiling oil burned Oden's skin. It's like, and Orochi's like, how? How is he still alive? Raise the heat even further. But Oden did not die. 10 more minutes.
This is so Whitebeard coded.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Isn't it? It is so Whitebeard coded.
The man that just will not, literal weight of the world on his shoulders, everything against him, but he will not bend until the thing that he wants to achieve is done. And the people are cheering. They're just amazed at this. 10 seconds, 3 seconds, 1 second, and he does it. He survived the execution, survived the hour within this boiling oil, which is, again, insane.
And at this point, he's just covered in blood.
Oh, yeah. There's no way he's surviving this. God, it's impressive that he lived this long, but survival, no.
Yeah.
And so he successfully cleared up the misunderstanding. The country's on his side again. Kaido is pissed. He's like, you're in for it now. I was like, no, there's no way he's going to let him do that. And we also see the beginnings of Dogstorm and Cat Viper starting to gut each other's throats. Don't wind him up. And I feel like, why shouldn't I? It's a win's a win.
You could also start to understand, I don't think they ever really go into this at all, but you could kind of infer that Oden was kind of like the rallying force. That was what kept them together. And sort of, I think that the concept of once they've lost Oden, they're at it like cats and dogs.
Very much so. But this is Orochi, so guys with guns start pointing at Oden. It's like, I changed my mind. I altered the sentence to death by firing squad a minute ago, and the entire clan gets put to death too.
Yeah. This was never. This was never going to work out. We've established that at so many times up to this point that Orochi he's just going to get his way no matter what. He will. Yeah. He's not going to be. He's not a man of his word.
So what's Oden do? Do it for me, open Wano's borders, and he tosses the giant plank of the holding the Akazaya 9 out of the boiling water to the safety of the ground around them, and they know immediately we've got to run. There's no saving him. We have to get to Curry. Shinobu makes a break for it. I love how Kinemon just immediately breaks the chains too. It's just like bam, done. And they're all crying. It's like, don't turn back. And you get just, again, the flashbacks of all of them.
Every character. This sequence is so heartbreaking.
Oh, it is. I mean, watching all this, it's just like, it's another Oda flashback where you can't help but cry a little bit.
Yeah, you can't help but get a little bit teary-eyed.
Oh, I got teary-eyed. It's just like,
and it's I feel like, again, as we sort of as he sort of said when we started this flashback, it's like we knew how this was going to end, right? Like the Akazaya samurai have to live and Oden has to die. Like that is, and I feel like it is. We've not had a one piece flashback where like the POV character is the one who is going to die. I think.
Yeah. And you just get those flashbacks with everybody, how he interacted with them, how they what he meant to each of these samurai. And even Kaido's like, yeah, they're going to speak of you for years to come, saying that you died a spectacular death. And Oden just says, they can forget me for all I care. My soul will live on. And and Kaido, I like how you can see Kaido's honor, where Kaido is actually kind of more honorable than Orochi, which is honestly 100%. Not surprising. Not surprising.
100%.
Because he actually says, I'm sorry about what happened with the old hag. I had her killed. She interrupted the fight that they were having, so he killed the old woman who had the clone fruit.
Yep. So I guess we know that's we know where that ended up.
Yep. So there's that. And I love how Oden is just like, that's how proud of you. Build up your strength. You're going to need it. Because you're going to need to be even more powerful than this for what's coming, because I am a story to accompany your drinks. I am Oden, and I was born. And at that point, just before he finishes his sentence, and this is where it got me, Kaido shoots him in the head, sends him he just straight into the underneath the oil, and all the people around him shout out to boil.
Yes,
it's
and
seeing him smile while in the oil is just like, oh, damn, Oda.
Is not to undermine just what an incredible moment this is, but I saw him his smile as he's sinking into the oil, and I'm like, is he a D? Because this is another character we're seeing who is smiling in death, and it dawned on me, pun not intended, but it's like once he starts talking about how opening Wano's borders is his dream, and how like the samurai have basically inherited the will of Oden, and so I feel like that's not nothing. I feel like there's something here.
It does seem like more and more like the will of D is just a direct opposition and maybe even support of this Joy Boy. I
could believe that at this point.
Yeah.
Or at the least, like there's something there, right? I feel like the connection with the connection to Joy Boy for one, but like I guess like even if they're not necessarily, I feel like if we were meant to know that Oden was a D, I feel like having met Roger, he would have said so, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not that, but like the thematic connection just gets my gears, like it's just like what did he mean by this?
Yeah. I get it. Oh man. But yeah, he sinks beneath the oil. That is the end of Oden. What a way to go out.
No, seriously.
Like, I mean, this is definitely an old-timer of a flashback.
It is. Yeah. It is a highly beloved flashback for a reason.
I mean, it's a perfect mix of lore and character work.
Yeah.
I think
I feel like the overlapping tragedies as well. It's the like everything about Oden is so like intrinsically tied to like the history of Wano and why we're fighting for it in the first place. And I feel like it does such a good job of juggling all of these disparate elements. And I feel like while also deeply characterizing all of the Akazaya samurai and understanding, the love that they have. Like it's easy to understand why, like, yeah, let's liberate Wano. Like this place is a crap hole. It's capitalism took it over. It's all factories and dirt water now. But like sort of the emotional connection, the kind of in true One Piece fashion, right? It's I want to realize the dream of this person, who is very dear to me.
Yeah, that dream carries forward.
Yeah,
and that's kind of emphasized by the narration. And so ended one legend to be carried on by the players of the next stage. And Toki has received word of Oden's death, and turns out there is a plan. Oden knew what was coming, and it's kind of amazing.
There's a lot to pick at here.
How does he know this stuff? That's the question. Like, what is there that they found on Laugh Tale that I assume allows him to know this stuff? But he goes, Toki, in a letter that she opens later, it's like, I've reached my limit. If I fail to defeat him, there will be no others who can stop Kaido for a long time. Over 20 years ahead of us, there will likely be a massive war, terrible enough to split the seas themselves. In other words, in another 20 years, the primary figures of this great war will muscle their way into the new world. They are the ones who can strike down Kaido. A long winter will set over Wano. I want you to use your power, Toki, if I should die. And she rips up all his letters to just have no evidence. He's passing one of his swords to her about being dangerous. It's like, does he know I guess the question is, does he know Roger's plan to start the Great Age of Pirates? Or is it something else entirely that allows him to sense that something is coming in those 20 years?
I feel like he may not have known directly. Or maybe, because I think about the reaction he had reading the newspaper, right? Where he was sort of, he was laughing, he was crying, and he was, oh, Roger, like, what a great man you were. So maybe how I interpret it, I guess, is like, maybe they knew what they had to do, but not how to do it. Because I think about what Roger said, and Rayleigh said this as well, where they're like, we were too early. Like, they knew that they got to Laugh Tale, and that they were not the ones, I think implicitly, like, they were not the ones meant to find it, or that they were the ones who, like, found it, but whatever it is,
whatever it is not meant for them.
In
some way, which I guess is why they laugh. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. But I do think that this letter from Oden is very much informed by what they saw there. And I'm also, when I first read this, when he said, there will likely be a massive war, I thought he was talking about Onigashima at first. And I think the way that he goes on is like, the primary figures of this great war will muscle their way into the new world. And it almost sounds like this is kind of a side thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're just going to happen to be here.
They'll be here. It's a part of this, and they'll be able to help us defeat Kaido.
Yeah.
So,
which is like, that's like some final arc nonsense right there.
It is. Oh my God.
And I feel like it's also like, not just Luffy, but like, dude, what does that mean for like Law and Kid as well?
Yeah.
What is their role in all of this?
I feel like Blackbeard has something to do with all of it. Honestly, it's not just
the worst generation.
Yeah, it's not just the worst generation. There's more beyond them. It feels like that they're sort of the players. Like it's. I don't know.
You could even you could rope Shanks into that too, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So we'll.
But it's like it's. I guess that's the interesting thing, right? Is that like, yes, a long winter is about to settle over Wano, but it's like there's sort of this knowledge that it's like, we don't know quite how, but like things are going to get better, or that like, and it kind of reminds me too of like Whitebeard's final words at Marineford, where he was also kind of like, basically like you're gonna get dragged off your lofty perches, right? Like like sort of foreshadowing, like, there's going to be an even greater conflict that is going to, like, you're not ready.
Yeah.
So I feel like however this all sort of shakes out, like, we were just building into it more and more and more and more. But the idea that I guess, like, some people know that this is coming, and I wonder I can only speculate how much of that is like tied into the One Piece itself or the nature of Laugh Tale,
and how much if Oden knows all this, Rayleigh should know all this. So how much is he not telling Luffy?
Oh yeah. That does I will, because I feel like I'm gonna have to reference this a lot going forward, but this is what Rayleigh said to Robin, right? It was just kind of like, I forget exactly what Robin asked, but it was basically like what is the D or whatever, or asking about his knowledge. And he had said something along the lines of like, you guys might come to a different conclusion than we did. So
that's right.
I feel like that is basically really saying like, I know, and I'm not telling you for a reason. like make up your own mind. Like see for yourself and see if you make different choices than what we did. Which I feel like between that and this with what Oden's final words, I feel like. I feel like they know.
There's so much potential.
There's something here they know. Yeah, it is certainly the potential that is the most fascinating.
Mm-hmm. And I love these final moments with Toki. It just shows like, yeah, she was meant to be with Oden, because just the fact that he's questioning her as she's taking the sword. It's like, aren't you sad? It's a death sentence. Who said you were going to die? That's my wife. So I'd be a laughing stock if anyone saw me crying. We are not your weakness. And she's holding back those tears. Look ahead, Oden, to 20 years in the future. And that's how we end with, the story hurdles towards the present day. And it's like, oh, hell, we are done with this flashback now. Kind of.
Yeah. Done with the meat of it. I think we got one more.
We got one more where it's sort of like, let's cover what happened during those 20 years to some other degree. So, yeah. Oh, boy. So, let's move on to chapter 973, The Kozuki Clan, where Gotti is beginning his counterattack on the Navy to try to get back Chiffon. Seems to be doing all right so far.
Yeah. Man, this is the first time where I looked at Gotti and I was like, you are just so Barrett looking right now.
Yeah, he really
Final
is.
Fantasy 7.
Yeah. I never really thought about it, but you're right.
Yeah. It's something about like the pose and the context and the situation. I was like, oh man,
he's old white good. Barrett.
yeah, exactly. Looking absolutely cool.
Oh gosh, but into the chapter itself, and it's just seeing how he interacts. Oden interacted with everybody, like he's lifting up Momonosuke high. They're traveling on some sort of crazy. Oh yeah, they're coming down from Skypiea using that octopus. He's even lifting up him up to show him like, even from up here, you can't see it all. That is the world, Momonosuke. And
this is so Lion King coded.
Yeah, it is. And I love how just Roger and Shanks and Rayleigh are just there, just hanging out.
Yeah, they're all hanging out. Yeah, it's awesome. I love just seeing some peeks into what kind of dad Oden is.
I like that it kind of makes Oden feel like the main character of this ship, not Roger.
Right, because he's center frame. It's like, oh yeah, Roger's here, like Shanks has got the straw hat, he's like halfway cut off.
And it's so funny. It's just like, hey, let's talk, Momo. What's your ideal woman? It's too early for that. Nami apparently is his ideal woman, as we'll later. You must think of a person like a fish cake when you slice Momonosuke. It's like, don't teach him like that. Yeah, he's telling everybody about what did you discover? It's like, I learned that Zoe and the Kozuki clan share a powerful historical bond. The Minks are mighty warriors, so remember this. If the time comes, seek out Zoe, which feeds into that whole thing with Kinemon.
Yeah,
they're going to be a powerful ally, and of course. Catfight is like, oh, I'm blushing. Thanks. And he's like, well, what time comes? Like, you'll know it when it happens. And Hiyori's practicing her shamisen. And I'm very curious about is this the song that's been playing this entire time? This Moon Princess.
According to the anime, yes.
What the hell does Moon Princess mean? Why the moon again?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it definitely like not the last time we'll hear the moon. And again, of course, the Tsuki in Kozuki is moon.
Of course. It's like, oh, I'm gonna learn to play even better. It's like, it's a good song. You'll have to play it at my funeral, which makes her cry. He's like, Momo, don't make her cry.
Dang.
It was you. He's like, oh, it was just a joke. I'm sorry. And God, to see the fight that they had to go through to get away. It's like, they're being chased, like wipe out the bloodline. They're unarmed, slaughter every last one of them. And God, seeing them get cut down like that is something else.
Yeah,
it's like
just like in the just sheer desperation, right at this point.
Shinobu's handing off weapons to them. It's like, all right, let's do it, and let's do this. And she's like, hey, can I be a vassal of one of the of Kozuki? He's like, we all started off as uninvited, so that's up to you. She's like, all right, I'm in.
Wiping her tears. Again, I do love that. That she was sort of this admiration from afar. I feel like contextualizing again how Shinobu kind of plays in all of this, even if it's just kind of a minor thing, but I do appreciate that Oda took the time to just kind of convey that.
Yeah. And we get the origin of more of the origin of Dogstorm and Cat Viper fighting amongst themselves. It's like, you might have been the one that killed Lord Oden. It's like, no, I bet you're the spy that Kaido mentioned. And they get captured by one of those weird beasts that we saw coming in for the feast.
Yeah. Actually, I think this might be a different thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have no idea. They get caught as they're fighting each other. Obviously, they escape later. It's like, what is that thing? It's like, and don't turn back. We don't have time. We just gotta go.
It's like, just in shadow. Don't worry about it.
Just gotta keep going. And that's when Denjiro and Ashura decide, you guys keep running. We're gonna hold them off. There's too many of them. So I like how we're gradually getting explanations for why not all of them went into the future.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, and just kind of like, I feel like we're really seeing how like desperate this is, right? Like how much of it feels like just kind of barely eking by.
Seriously, because in Curry they are already surrounded. The fire is preventing them from escape, and Toki's taking care of all of them. There's people slaughtered, and just things are not going well. And Momonosuke gets caught by Kaido. He's holding him over. Just this small child. Like, no wonder he's afraid of Kaido. Good God.
Yeah. I mean, when you're seeing this, like kind of your last moments, you're like, like, you just see that panel where you see Kaido, like a full body shot, and just like how tiny Momonosuke is in comparison. He's like an eighth of the size.
I love how honestly, this is one of the better looks at Kaido from afar, where he, at least at this time, where he's not, I think, integrated with Wano as much. He comes across as a biker.
Yeah. Oh, 100% intentional.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
It's a sweet jacket. What can I say?
Yeah, it is. And Momonosuke, through it all, is remembering his mom's words. And it's like, hey, father's a great warrior, and I will one day carry this nation on my shoulders. And he's like, someone put that else in your mouth. Kind of like, somebody else said those words to you. He's like, didn't realize you were so young. And
he's trying to get an 8-year-old to like denounce your father. He's kind of like... He just like yeets him back into the couch. He's like, whatever.
He's like,
dragon.
I can't do this myself. Just die in the fire. I can't do it. So, and that's when Kinemon, Raizo, and Kanjuro burst in. It's like, hey, what's going on? Momonosuke, Hiyori, Toki, are you okay? And she's like, okay, come to me. I have something to tell you. We're going to the future. And that's when we see Kawamatsu taking Hiyori into the river, getting her away thanks to his abilities. Toki also distracts by riding a horse out there, trying to distract them as well. And you see Bakura Town. The night's coming. The Curry Castle is on fire. It's not going well.
Yeah,
but God, these final moments is like, we're done for. Because we could not believe in the Kozuki clan and Lord Oden, we will now receive the divine punishment that we deserve. Now begins an eternal night that never breaks. And it gives so much more meaning to waiting for the dawn.
We'll get to.
What's his? Pedro. Pedro was talking about.
Yeah.
And him recognizing that Luffy's group, they're the ones who is going to lead us to this dawn.
Yeah, which I feel like the implication also that like does that kind of imply that the current state of the world is like, you know, kind of in its darkest moments, which I think given the state of things, you know, given the like, is that also not tied to the reign of the world government and the suppression that people are facing and all of that? So I don't know.
I can see it. I can see it. Oh gosh. And I love, like, we get a flashback to why did Toki come from 800 years in the past? And it's like, you've been searching for it too, searching for the day the world is overturned.
There it is
20
again.
years ahead, and the day you shall seek, and she stops him. It's like, nah, you don't get any dinner. Don't talk like that. It's like, it's such an awful thing. It's like, she was looking for that time, but she found Oden, and it's like, no. I found
it's the power of love.
Yeah,
it's the power of love.
It's a great relationship. It's great. It's really good.
I really have come to love Toki in these chapters.
Mm-hmm. I fled here from the past. I always thought that if I jumped to the future, someone would pull through for me. And that's when she gives her prophecy that frightens Orochi so much. You are the moon unaware of the dawn. May your purpose be fulfilled and cast 9 shadows on the night woven of 20 years, and you shall know the brilliance of the dawn. And that's when she's taken out. And
it keeps coming back up. It keeps coming back up. What can I say?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. And then I love this little moment. It's kind of a nothing moment where Orochi's like, I got to be like Oden. I got to be comparable to him. It's just that inferiority complex. And it's like, I told you to boil this water. It is heated. It's like, it is not. Did I ask you to draw me a room temperature bath? And somebody tries to put it, it's like, it's scalding. It's like, you will burn your skin. It's like, shut up. I'm cold. I can't stop shivering. Bring me the bones of the Kozuki samurai. Why can't you? Actually, no, I misinterpreted this. I thought he was trying to be like Oden. He is so scared of that prophecy, he can't get warm.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but you caught yourself. At least that,
yeah,
I can't say that for sure, but that was my read. Is that he's shook.
Wow, that's a good detail. I did not pick up on that the first time. I honestly did think it was him trying to be like Oden, be like, how dare he try to like overpower me? That's not really. I was like, that's so weird because that's not really his thing. He's much more.
It makes more sense
petty.
That seeing what he saw that he would it scared him basically.
Yeah, especially the way his eyes look. It's like I can't stop shivering.
I also just noticed on the same page the panel where Lady Toki kind of collapses off screen is a panel that you see the moon kind of right there front and center, which just
Which honestly, especially the moon being in the crescent shape like that, it's like, man, this feels like a lot of Sailor Moon references in some ways. So between
the song Moon Princess, I'm kind of wondering how much the sort of the legendary folk tale of Princess Kaguya, if that'll
sure.
ever I like that. I say that because I don't think it has come up. Otherwise I wouldn't have said that.
I don't know.
I feel like Oda, it's all tied in there somewhere. I'm sure he loves mixing his folklore.
Yeah, I'm aware of the tale of Princess Kaguya. I don't know it by heart, like what its full story is. I think there's a Ghibli movie that talks about it, so that's probably the best thing to watch there.
Or maybe it'll be like Naruto and it's the final boss.
Oh, I forgot about that. I was like, damn it, he stole my idea.
Spoilers, sorry.
I forgot how random that is. I only became aware of it because of the Ultimate Ninja Storm games.
Oh yeah.
And I saw these characters. I'm like, what the hell? Where'd these guys come from? Last I was reading, it was the Great Ninja War. What?
That is the reaction of the readers. Yes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Oda's like, nah, we got this mysterious figure. I forget their name off the top of my head. That's actually running the entire world government.
Emu. Yeah.
There we go. So
yeah.
Oda's seeding what he's getting ready to do. But yeah,
well, not to just one last thing on it before we move on. We know people are on the moon in One Piece.
That is true. It's true.
Or we know the weird automaton things and Inaru. Maybe Inaru is Kaguya. Who knows? I mean, he's the Moon Princess.
Orochi can't be calm until he finds proof that the Akazaya 9 are dead. And we check in on Ashura. It's 20 years, she says. Are they still alive? And you can see him getting ready to go into his form. Here's Kawamatsu trying to take care of Hiyori as he does his Kappa dance. And then we finally get to check in on Denjiro. And he is so... we saw how dedicated he was to Oden from a young age. And just to see how this happened, how it all went down. His eyes have just gone so much more slanted and
his entire face. Just his eyebrow.
He just sharpens. Every part of him just gets sharpened from where it is. And I love this. He's so upset about this that when he finally steps out into the snow, he looks nothing like. His hair has gone white. He is, he's his eyes, again, every part of him is sharpened. He has this gruff beard and he starts walking out. It's look at this filthy beggar. You really live in the capital? He just takes him out, no issues. And then people hey, let us follow you. What's your name? You can call me Kyoshiro the Mad. I'm oh
there
my God.
Finally. Yes.
I was right that Kyoshiro was a good guy. I had no idea. Denjiro could never predicted that.
Yeah, because it was we were waiting so long. We're who's this Denjiro guy? And then we see him and he's where's this guy in the modern day?
Yeah, it seems so weird that Oda was keeping him so close to his chest. We haven't met him yet because we've been all over Wano and yet Denjiro has not shown up. So where is he keeping it? And it never occurred to me that it's such an odd thing. It's I was so pissed that my features changed.
Yeah. You just seethed so hard. But it also does, of course, the way that he sort of refashions his hair into a pompadour. But I love, as we're about to see, how much this kind of recontextualizes, the stuff that we already know.
It's the Kyoshiro family, I've heard of your reputation. Can you offer me protection? I'd be an honor. So he's him worming his way in there.
He knows from the start. He knows everything.
Money, women, soldiers, I can bring you everything you need. And it's just wow, he's so capable. Who is that man? What charisma? Now that Hirogoro is gone, it's the birth of a new mob leader. So it's so funny that Denjiro is the one to take over the mob after.
Yes.
He was it wasn't he borrowing money and doing that those tricks with the I'll give you this amount and but you need to give me back this amount and then that does that and he ends up with a double his money.
Yeah.
So
he was always born to be a Yakuza.
Yeah. The other thing that was cool is I again didn't call this, but he's got a weakness too. Yeah, he always looks so sleepy. They call him napping Kyoshiro. I bet he's up all night cavorting. Turns out, nope. He's Ushimitsu Kozo.
I didn't remember. I completely forgot about this.
Yeah, see,
this entire time I was who is it?
Yep. Nope. That is that's him. He stole the stockpile of gold, so he's the one helping the people. Honestly, it's kind of amazing that I like that it's so fitting that he's the one that was so committed to Oden, very much Kinoshiro, but he was the one that stayed behind those 20 years. But he's the one that did not lose faith. The others didn't really lose faith either. But it's comparing him to Ashura, for example, is very interesting. And it makes for an interesting contrast between the two of them. And God, you feel so bad for Kawamatsu because she left.
Yeah, we just that quick little scene.
Left him.
Yep.
And that's when she shows up. And it's like, there's an adorable little girl who showed up at our step boss. Seems like an orphan who wandered into the capital. Poor thing, starving. And he's like, oh, that is.
Yep.
And she is the only one he revealed his identity to.
Yeah. Which I feel like we're contextualizing, how much do they know? Everything. Everything.
Yeah. And she's like, that demon of anger disfigured my face that even Kinemon and the others would not recognize me. But that serves our purposes, because until the day of the great battle arrives, I ask you not to tell anyone about me, even our allies. From this day on, I will offer you my protection in Kawamatsu's stead. Now you must call yourself Komurasaki.
There it is.
Denjiro / Kyoshiro is definitely rising up to be kind of a favorite. It's like, oh, that's a good.
He's kind of the best, actually. Yeah. I feel like that now that we have that final reveal. It just again, all that we know of everything that happened in the capital, everything that happened with Komurasaki, like they were all in on it.
Very much so. Oh man. Again, Revelations second. We're not even done with Revelations yet.
Yeah, we're not done. We still got the big one
being laid out. Good God.
Yeah.
We do have an SBS though before we move on.
Oh wow! Finally.
Yeah. The previous one, there was one for the last one, but it's just showing the remaining Roger pirates and their names, and
okay.
It's all in Japanese, so I couldn't tell you what their names are anyway. So it's whatever. So our question is, hey Oda, Boss Kyoshiro is really cool, isn't he? I love him. I want a figure of him. The fact that you made such a character in such a world makes me glad to have been born. Please tell me the boss's height and favorite food. And he's like, Kyoshiro, you really get it, don't you? I also feel like I gave it all my all in designing him. I received several questions regarding the 9 red scabbards. Strange that they decide to translate that.
Like that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you can have everybody's heights and favorite foods. While we're at it, I included Shinobu and Izo as well. So, Oden, 382 centimeters tall. His favorite food, all types of Oden. Kinemon.
Of course.
That makes sense. Kinemon, 295 centimeters tall. Well, his favorite food, daikon. Kanjuro, 347 centimeters tall, so he's not that much shorter than Oden. His favorite is cabbage rolls. Raizo is 311 centimeters. His favorite is gobo maki. I don't know what that is, but there you go.
Sorry. I wanted to do the conversion real quick. Oden is 12 and a half feet tall.
12 and a half feet tall. My God. The heights again, they're such massively tall people as well as giants.
Yes.
So weird. Let's see. Denjiro is 306 centimeters. Favorite food is beef tendon. Kiku is favorite. I'll just go over the foods from that one. Is shirataki. That's her favorite. Kawamatsu is his favorite is eggs, which I think is kind of appropriate. Yeah. Dogstorm. He's actually taller than Oden, 511 centimeters tall.
Oh so my goodness! Well, you know what I feel like the minks are huge, or Dogstorm and Cat Viper. Yeah, like they're big in a way I think my brain could like square because they're not as humanoid. I don't know.
I love this, by the way. His favorite is bones and chicken wings.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we got Cat Viper, 522 centimeters tall, so massive. Favorite is lasagna and kamaboko, which we've seen lasagna before when he was introduced, but it's still funny to think that it's like, it's a cat.
Yeah.
They like lasagna.
It's Garfield. It's great.
However, the tallest of the Akazaya 9 is Ashura, 544 centimeters tall. And he likes,
my God.
Kinchaku mochi. Shinobu likes handpen, and Izo likes ganmondoki.
I don't know what
Ganmodoki. I don't know what either of those are, but there you go.
Ganmondoki is one of Oden's attack names.
Yeah, because what Oda does finish off by saying is, indeed, it seems like everyone likes ingredients that are commonly put into Oden. So
there you go.
I like the idea that they're all ingredients to Oden's. Well, Oden. They're a part of it.
The symbolism. It's goofy, but like it's so good.
Who would think to make let's make Oden the symbol of everything going on.
Everybody's an ingredient in our boiled hot pot.
Yeah. We do have one other question saying, hey, in volume 93, Queen the Plague said, if I got any thinner, I'll steal all your hearts. So I choose the way I am, so I sing the way I dance. That's funk. But if we're being honest, would he really be that popular with the ladies if that were the case? I would like to see Queen with a thinner form. And let me go ahead and pass that on to you because
I do want to see this.
This is a classic Oda gag.
And
he's like, no, he's really not. He just looks like a crazy old man, honestly. It's not appealing. He looks better fat.
His head is huge.
Yeah. Even Oda says it's very... Okay.
I was going to say, he looks better fat.
Yeah, he does. And Oda even says, very well, fat fellas are more charming, wouldn't you say? So, hey, SBS ends here, so till next time. So, yeah, I prefer Fat Queen. Go figure. Believe it or not, that's our only SBS for this set because it's the end of the manga, and we have the next one coming up. So
that is a bit crazy.
Weird. So let's go ahead and move on to our next chapter, 974, Onward to Onigashima.
All right. And
hey, Gochi did it. He saved the Godfather's wife, so he's happily carrying her on his back, running past the people as they're like, "What the heck?"
All right. Good on you, man.
Let's do it. We are continuing the flashback here. Well, actually, we're finishing it off. It's like I have more coins for you, Ushimitsu. Komurasaki is offering it up. It's like, hey, I have more stuff for this.
That's why she's stealing money for all the old man simps.
Yeah, she's ruining old men with her beauty and taking their money, giving it to Ushimitsu.
Yep, that's great.
And it's like, well, don't put yourself in danger, but I'm going to go ahead and distribute to Ebisu Town. So, And I love this little note. It's like, please remember to wear your blood bags under the kimono, my lady. Orochi is completely smitten with you, and he has no idea that you are Lord Oden's daughter. I'm sure that must be difficult for you. But if the time comes, we will separate Komurasaki from Orochi through death in order to keep you safe. He's like, all right, we're almost there. We'll be fine. 20 years, we're almost to 20 years. And that explains how she survived.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I think the fact that she survived it all is probably like Kyoshiro.
Clue number one.
Yeah, it's like Kyoshiro is probably okay.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the thing that stood out to me, because I kind of, I knew to an extent. I'd forgotten some of the finer details, but sort of that look of reservation when the hit happened, or she didn't seem all that surprised, right? She's like, oh yeah.
just the way it goes. But a few months ago, as we jump to 20 years into the future, but it's a few months before all this happens. Like Orochi's like, they come for me, the ghosts of the past, they've really come. Toki's powers were for real after all. It's like, wait a second, he actually knows. Like he was aware the moment they came back from the past they got jumped out 20 years that they were there, and he's listing them all out: Kinemon, Kandro, Raizo, Kikunojo, Momonosuke. The five of them have leapt into the present from that very day 20 years ago, which is interesting. I didn't realize Kiku jumped forward as well. She must have just integrated, like stayed behind while the others searched, which I guess they've probably said. I just forgot.
I think so. It would also, oh man, shoot, I'm trying to remember what we know or what versus what we don't know. But I feel like that knowing that Kiku was with Kinemon's wife at the tea shop, I feel like is at least a little more intentional.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's like, oh crap, that power actually really did exist. They escaped from the burning castle, and Kaido's still drinking. He's like, you sure someone isn't just getting a rise out of you because you're terrified? He's like, no, look at the letter. I'm sure of it. And Orochi immediately orders, like, watch the shores. I am certain you'll spot people leaving the country. And Kaido's like, well, don't kill them. If they're still alive, I've got questions for the Kozuki survivors after the last 20 years. And Orochi's like, see, this man is a trustworthy one. He was born into a popular theater troupe, but he lost his parents right on stage due to a persecution within Wano. Family of the daimyo killer, the only life he knew was in the theater. So apparently he was also Kurozumi. So now that he was utterly adrift, he could only survive by acting out a role. And of course, Orochi finds him along with the other Kurozumis. He's like, so you're a descendant of the main Kurozumi. He's like, yeah, that's right. I got rid of the people who killed your parents. And that's how he attracted this person. It's like, but our vengeance is only just beginning. So you will live your life as a true Kozuki. And ultimately, without a single soul noticing, you will die as a Kozuki. That is the grand role that I give you for this stage. Can you play it? And this person is like, I've always been searching for the right place to bury my bones. It would be an honor. So they don't care. They don't care they're being used. It's just like, I have my role. You avenged my parents. I'm yours.
Yeah. And so, also important to note that this conversation is happening while they're giving this person a devil fruit. Yes,
they're handing him a devil fruit. So our first clue is that this person is a devil fruit user, which is quite interesting. Which... Actually, I'm thinking on it.
I think that's the only one.
That's the reveal. I didn't pick up on it. The
only one.
I'll be honest. I did not pick up on it. I for whatever reason, I thought I think I first assumed that it was the Orochi fruit.
But he's got it.
He's already got it at this point. They show his heads, and for some reason, it didn't click. I don't know why. It just didn't click. I think I was just too involved. There's
a lot to absorb here, though. So, and I feel like reading this for the first time, you're like, okay, so like I feel like you wouldn't read this and assume like, we're about to like find out this person's identity. If Oda is going out of his way to not show who this is.
Yeah, we're not going to see it anytime soon. But no, I think Oda realizes that as soon as he shows that, it's like people are going to know. So we're just going to reveal it now. So yeah. Apparently his only pleasure is becoming another person. Every time I went to Oden Castle to borrow money, he brought me twice the necessary amount out of the safe. It was only because I had that stockpile that I was able to join forces with you. So this person allowed him to actually team up to have the money to actually join up with Kaido. And, he's the one that brought the information about Oden's raid.
So that's the same person. We're getting warmer.
Speaking of warmer, the part that made him truly insane was at the execution. He was fully prepared to die alongside Oden. He has no mind of his own. He lived as a perfect vassal of Kozuki until I stopped him, and he sent me information all the while. He was so faithful, it was almost eerie. And that brings us to the present day of like what happened, what's been happening. So I again love setting the stage. Is like I almost expected it to be like end of act 3 at this point.
You're kind of, especially with the narration and the end of the flashback, it would make sense to end it there, but alas, it keeps going.
Yeah. It has been 20 long years since the tragic death of the legendary samurai Kozuki Oden. It is a story of the deep grudge between the Kozuki clan and the Kurozumi clan working with the pirate Kaido. In order to fulfill Kozuki Oden's wish of opening the country, the samurai leapt 20 years into the future, and after several months of risking life and limb, they found like-minded allies to the cause. And I love just all the people, the Sad Factory, the Seeing Wall, and
Doflamingo, and Caesar, like just how long of a journey that this has been.
When you really think of what Kinemon and Momonosuke went through to go from that night, escaping Wano, getting captured by Doflamingo, Condro getting captured by Doflamingo as they run off, and then get involved in Caesar's whole thing.
Yep.
Good God. And then just have to work backwards after finding Luffy. There has been no peace for them whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
Oh, gosh. But yeah, their fervent hopes were not in vain. All in all, they amassed an army of 4,200 warriors with weapons and ships. And if all goes well, the soldiers for the raid will gather on the evening of the Fire Festival at Tokage Port. So onward to Onigashima. If only all had gone well. And that's when we finally get back to where we left off, where
15 chapters ago.
nobody's there. The sea is raging. Orochi has effectively stopped their assault by cutting off the bridges, sinking the ships. And now it's just like, what hope do we have? And so the Akazaya 9 that are there just like, yep, we're just gonna do what we
take
can.
A boat. We're gonna sail in the middle of a storm. It's like, all right, we're going in it alone.
Yeah. There is not a single one of the 4,200 soldiers that should have been present, and there were signs of destruction at the port with stormy weather all about, with no escape route. There is no hope here that anybody survives. So, it's, believe in us, Momonosuke. We've not given up. With our low numbers will allow us to sneak into their midst undetected. Then I might plant my katana into Kaido's neck. So, as long as we live, we're not going to give up. And just,
poor Momonosuke seeing them all. Yeah, it's a death mission. Seeing, all of them just sail in the middle of a storm. They're basically, going to their deaths. And then, of course, I was trying to figure out who's speaking here. I wasn't sure if it's Kinemon or Kiku here, but it doesn't make sense. Does this mean our plan was leaked again? And that Kanjuro says, I thought the same thing. I suspect we all did.
Yeah, and Kinemon's like, I did not want to consider the possibility, but it might be that one of us is in league with the enemy. But at this point, I don't even want to know. And Kiku's like, no, this isn't like you. If you aren't prepared to find the traitor and cut him down and move onward, then none of us can do so. But whoever it is, they will not confess. And the Kanjuro's like, yeah, Kiku's right. Let us clear it all up now. And then the page turn. And this one, again, because I didn't figure out the devil fruit, this page turn got me. It's like, by acknowledging that it was me.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it was Kanjuro all this time completely took me off guard, because he was the first that we discovered. He was the one that they fought so hard to get away from the Smile Factory to return to, because he sacrificed himself so they could get away. And then they, that's the whole reason we went to
Dressrosa was to find Kanjuro.
Yeah,
and that it makes sense. Like, I think framing it at the start of the chapter is like, oh, he's a perfect actor, right? And we saw all that flashback, right? Like, yeah, he was there ready to die, to get boiled to death, alongside Oden, and there's, I think what I love about this, and what I love about this set of chapters we're covering in particular, is like, there are so many different layers to the twists that we've gotten, because we kind of talked about before, like the whole Koburasaki is actually Hiyori. Like, it's so kind of brain dead obvious that putting two and two together isn't exactly surprising, but like, just like below the surface of that are like so many other things. There are so many. It really does feel like Oda is playing 4D chess. We're like, okay, I'm gonna give you a hint to this, but I'm not gonna give you any hints about this.
Yeah.
There are things that you can piece together.
Upon layers of each of these, where you have a little bit there with, something's up with Kyoshiro, but again, I never predicted it was Denjiro. That was Kyoshiro. And I spoke, we talked about this before. It's like, was it one of the Q&As, or was it actually on the episode? I can't remember.
I think it was, because it was like, actually, it might have been. Actually, yes, I think this was on the Patreon, because I remember somebody asked about this, and it was right before. I was like, oh, we're about to get to the Kanjuro thing.
Yeah, somebody asked, like, how do you think stuff is leaking? And they gave no indication that no leading questions, nothing like that. Again, this was a complete surprise to me. And I'm like, I have no idea. I have, like, I don't know if there's a devil fruit involved or anything like that. I don't know if there actually is a traitor, but everybody seems so loyal. So how does it all work? So it works as a twist. But I also wonder, is like, is it too perfect of a twist where it's like, is it believable that this man was just that dedicated acting, was willing to die for it? But then you have to look up the fact that he looks up to him, that he's a Kurozumi, ties into it. So I'm like, part of me is like, has a little bit of a question to it, but I think most of me is just like, no, this works.
It worked. Yeah, I think it works. I think it's a really, really good twist. And I what I really like about it, again, knowing that it was coming, I was looking for the hints. I was looking for, like, is he going to place any kind of indication that it's Kanjuro? And it's there are things in hindsight, as we'll see, that make it a, like, you know, I don't want to say obvious necessarily, but like it feels like this was the plan all along. It doesn't feel like, oh, he just kind of made this up to get out of a situation. And I think emphasizing it again during the flashback that like there was information leaking to Kaido while already establishing that information was leaking to Orochi, it was sort of like you're narrowing it down a little bit for like a little bit more. And you know, then you get to the reveal at the start of the chapter that like, oh, okay, it's somebody with a devil fruit. Like, it's good stuff.
I love. It's interesting for two aspects. One, I love how Kanjuro is drawn because he's always been sort of this ridiculous looking character. Dark shades where he actually looks threatening.
Like it's good. Yeah, it's a good reveal for that reason.
It's also quite something like it's almost super clever of Oda that he's not directly involved with it, but he's tangentially involved with one of the cutest and most memorable parts of Zoe, the climb on the little dragon that, you know, Robin fell in love with. And that, like, goodbye and congratulations, you did so good.
Yeah, like that, like the Kanjuro was always kind of the weird, like, silly guy, you know, with all of his like cursed drawings and stuff like that. Like there's it's bravo, clever. Really bravo.
Yeah, I'm curious what other people think of this. What is it? Is it too much of a pull that he was just perfectly acting, that's why there was no hints whatsoever, or does it work? I think I'm 95% there that it just works.
Yeah. I even if it didn't work necessarily, I think I'd still be okay with it. You know.
Yeah.
I think that there's so many other things going on, and even in a case of like, oh, we need to move the story along, and I feel like there are great moments involved with this as well, and sort of this is sort of Kanjuro's big moment to be like, the plan is going so smoothly.
Yeah, especially because there's other reveals here, and to go through it, it's like, you know, Kinemon's everybody's completely shocked. He's like, no, this isn't funny. We all nearly boiled to death in that pot together. It's like, that's right. Nothing would have completed my role better than to die with you. Ever since I completely lost my will to go on as a child, I've been searching for my place to die. The man you thought I was never existed. I shared joys and sorrows with you all, earning your absolute trust, hating none of you, and meaning you no harm. The one thing I did was continually send Lord Orochi information. Why? Well, I'm a Kurozumi. Need I say more? Yep. So when our plan first leaked, it wasn't because of law subordinates. And you know, and of course, Kanjuro is just like, I shouldn't be surprised that Yasuie exhibited quick, clever thinking and gave up his life to change the meeting place at the last second. But as soon as that information was made its way to me, his death was officially in vain. So it's like, geez.
Yeah, it's really like we started the flashback and you know, kind of transitioned out of it. Like we were already in a hopeless situation, and it is just driving in that knife even further of just how much none of this was ever going to work out.
And the detail here that I think really sells this for me. And so you should not be able to reach Zoe without a Viva card. Didn't you think it was suspicious that Jack showed up there, Dogstorm? Why didn't you suspect any of us? And it's like, that makes sense. How do you get to it? And they somehow did. Jack was somehow there. And it just, again, never occurred to me.
Yeah, exactly. And you would have no reason to suspect. I think it works. And then like that page reveal that like not only, you know, like they're in a, you know, tiny little rowboat on the sea, and you tear the page and it's just massive armada of Kaido ships.
Yeah. Like Kanjuro knows them to a T. He knows what they were going to do. So have the ships ready to intercept this little rowboat so they can, that they're going to make that last desperate attempt. And then that's it. And, Kinemon's done. He's like, he just goes for the decapitation and succeeds. But that was not Kanjuro. And this is the final little tweak.
Yes.
Like, okay, that's really well played. It's like, I could have kept my secret and sunk to the bottom of the sea with you, true to my role to the very end. But Orochi stopped me. He said, well done. The final act is finished. So once I bring Momonosuke to Onigashima, I'm done. So he's already back. He's still on the shore with Momonosuke captured. back at the port because it turns out he can actually draw really well.
Yes. I think I apologize because I don't think this is a big thing. I don't know. I don't remember if they say this explicitly, but Kanjo's right-handed, basically. He's been drawing with his left hand up to this point this entire time.
I did not pick up on that whatsoever.
Yeah.
I bet the anime emphasizes it by having him switch hands or something like that at some point.
I could believe something like that. I forget if that is something said like explicitly an SBS thing or just one of those like people noticed.
Wow.
So,
and then
well played.
Yeah, very well played. But things seem to be going completely in Kanjuro's favor when all of a sudden it's like, geez, how can you sleep in a time like this? Oh, the ship fixed now? Oh, I ate, I slept, and now I'm awake. That's when I'm the toughest. Like, as soon as you see that dialogue, you know that is. And all of a sudden, the side of one of Kaido's ships just explodes because here's Luffy. He's in his traditional outfit. He's like, oh, sorry, we're a little late. And it's like, wait, what? Who's that? I thought we sank all the ships. And there's something down on the seafloor, and here comes Law's submarine.
picking up the samurai.
He's like, who takes a rope out into the sea in the middle of a storm? Are you crazy? Don't take the sea for granted, samurai. He's like, wait, is that Law? And now they're taking fire from the other direction. We could see kids, bits and pieces saying, I saw all those ships and the samurai hanging out at the other port like idiots. What are they doing? I nearly sank them all to get them out of the way. It's like, wait, that's Kid. So
it's just, hey, Kid's here.
It looks like he wants a little revenge. So he's like, hey, is everyone all right? You showed up. Hey, you showed up after all, Jackie. He's like, I left the glory for taking down Kaido to you. It's like, what is happening? What is going on here? Why didn't I hear about this? It's like, this doesn't make any sense. They said we just had to sink a few samurai in a rowboat, but these guys are pirates, the worst generation. I thought they were locked up. And Luffy just calls out, hey, don't pick on samurai in a rowboat. When you're at sea, you fight against pirates. And that's
yeah. We really did just like drag us down to our lowest lows. And then, of course, Luffy and the other guys with just the hypest comeback.
The immediate shift where it's just like,
all right,
it's getting
we're still back
further back. Like things are just going that badly, and they're like, nope. It's
but of course,
all going well.
How could this be? How could this happen? They followed the plan currently, so we'll have to see how things came to be.
Yeah. I mean, we knew they weren't the Straw Hats weren't done, but they actually have Law and Kid there at the same time. I think adds a nice extra layer.
Yeah, I think Kid cool. being present for all of this is like the biggest surprise because he quite literally just like after the whole prison thing, he just dipped.
Yeah, he was done. But I think
so.
I think his ideas have kind of shifted a little bit after this, where it's like, okay, I think we have a chance here. So let's do this.
that final shot of all three of them kind of having like equal prominence page space is like, oh, we're all in this.
Prediction. I think we're going to see Kid versus Apu.
Ooh,
at some point during this.
That would make the most sense.
That feels pretty appropriate to that. God, we don't even know in this set. We don't even know what Hawkins and Drake are up to.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet, but like I think we're gonna start getting to a point where like I'm gonna have to start poking you for some of these matchups.
I guess so. Yeah,
I definitely got to wait a little bit on that, but like we are inching towards that
to go around. So we'll see what happens there.
Yep.
But man, let's get to our final chapter, 975, Kinemon's Clever Trick. And we have one more reveal before we all this off. I love this. This is, again, so clever. Thank you, whoever you are. Turns out that it wasn't Chiffon at getting her hair done.
Yeah.
It was Lola, and that's who Gucci just rescued.
Gotti is so confused. Yeah. he's like, That's my boss's wife. What's going on here?
What is happening? Again, really clever of Oda. They're twins, but you can tell the difference by their hair. But her hair was down because she was getting it done. So that's so good.
Yeah. Man, I feel like Oda's kind of flexing on us in this set.
He really is. Like, my God, what a strong set of chapters.
Yep.
But yeah, we begin the chapter with Shinobu tied up by snakes.
Yes.
Again, just showing what Kandro is actually capable of when he can actually.
Oh no, he can actually draw.
And Momonosuke doesn't know what's going on. It's like, what's gotten into you? It's like, and all the while Kandro is like, wait, did Lord Orochi do nothing to take advantage of my report? What is Luffy's band doing here? I heard that Law was thrown into prison, and this is where it all.
We're starting to break it
comes
down.
out. Like, it's time to lay down why Kandro's report did not work. So here comes Frankie first. Love the new outfit, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I love how he's going kind of full Oden with his the
oh yeah
flap.
It's I think I can't quite read the kanji. Does it say steel? It's some kind of metal for sure.
What a funny way to cover up his usual thong.
Yeah. Which I feel like given that Oden's covering his bits were all like meat and chicken related. So Frankie's is I think that says steel.
Okay. And again, Oda put so much extra stuff in the plays that they to use later, because it's like, I don't know who it was that tried to bomb the Sunny, but they were idiots for thinking any old explosive would do the trick. This is a ship that'll cross 1,000 seas. It was made from the wood of Adam, the jewel tree, and Usopp's there is like, it took a while to fix the sail. Sorry about that. And okay, we're getting at it a little bit. The actual reveal later. Again, I like Usopp's fit here. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
getting a bit of armor involved. Really, really like Brook. It's basically classic Brook, but still that's a Brook fit. That's what you want to see. And Luffy's just sounding. I was like, hey Ken, it's not quite the situation we heard about, but we can smash up this battleships anyway, right? I don't see any of our allies.
And I gotta shout it out.
Peek at Robin, but not quite see it.
The Luffy with the cape is like one of my favorite looks for him.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to mention that as well.
It looks
it's amazing how adding the coat cape just completes his look.
It's so Pirate King coded, like it's wonderful. Yeah, I love all of the new looks we're getting here. I also love just kind of in the background, like that. A lot of the minks are here. We saw there's Wanda's in the background panel. There's Shishilian in the next page. Like
Carrot's there.
Yeah, Carrot.
Yeah, and Chopper's still in his samurai outfit that we saw from before. You gotta have that. So he's like, where are the 3,500 people from the excavation camp? I don't see them. Or the 200 Yakuza from the nation. So it still feels like oh crap, most of it worked, but at least our pirate friends are still okay.
The pirates are here, but we're still kind of missing some pieces.
Yeah, and so there's dozens of ships we helped repaired with their help. We're supposed to be here by now, plus enough weapons for every last one of them delivered right from Ringo. Did you run into trouble? And here we get to see Sanji. Love classic dapper look with the gloves.
It really is classic Sanji. Yep,
that's good. Zoro, there's no need to change him. This is just his look. It works in Wano. Nami just adding some extra armor over her typical
like Kunoichi look.
Yeah, Kunoichi look. Works very, very well. What really does the trick for me, I love seeing freaking Zeus in his samurai helmet.
It's so good. Honestly, Zeus is kind of in his element here. It's all stormy.
Yeah, he's just living it up. And Kinemon immediately bows and was like, okay, because they're asking like, what happened? It's like, I'm so sorry. The entire plan was leaked. What? Whatever has happened to them, I know nothing. So, we don't know what's going on either. So nobody really knows anything.
Yeah, even the Kaido's crew, they're really, what's happening here?
Yeah, we might have failed to destroy the Lion ship, but we made sure to sink every boat lined up at the Itachi port last night. And on Shogun Orochi's orders, we took down every great bridge that connects the region. So that's why none of your friends have showed up. So even if they had made it, they wouldn't be getting to Onigashima without ships. So if you're going to miss this opportunity, you're never going to get another chance. Also, very cursed smile fruit. This guy with
yes
a bird on top of his head,
Look at the eagle,
and then the wings behind that.
They got the butterfly. Got the butterfly woman.
Yeah, the butterfly woman made out way better.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, they're gloating the fact that they've successfully lured all the rebels into the open. They're gonna start dying now. It's like, hate to add despair onto despair, but today's feast is celebrating the alliance of the Animal Kingdom pirates and the Big Mom pirates. So it's finally time for everybody else to learn of that.
I kind of forgot
two emperors to deal with.
They did. Yeah, they did not know this whole time. It's like, oh God.
That adds such an extra wrinkle to all this, where we have now all of a sudden all of Big Mom's family not having much to do can maybe pay off in this set. in these sets. That'll be interesting. We haven't seen any of them yet beyond Big Mom for this alliance, but it's like, ooh, that could be fun.
This is really like setting up to be like a full on war.
Yeah,
what this is.
And the other side is certainly better equipped.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. So they're basically like, so what if 3 tiny pirate ships? And you can see the size of each of the new generations or worst generation ships. They're all dwarfed by these giant ships.
Yeah, say what you will about Kaido's crew, man. He gets them equipped, you know. Like they're some massive ships.
So time for these 3 to compete with each other. It's like, all right.
Oh, yeah. Well, the second they called them small timers, it's like, oh, it's done.
They all leap over there and it's like, okay, time to start wreaking havoc. So we got Punk, Rotten, Bounce Man, and of course Room. And yeah, these ships are
they're like, whoa. It's like, they're really mad. It's like, don't whip out. They can't be that. And they just, just explode. And of course, as soon as it, like, it's just like we're right back at Sabaody.
Back in Sabaody, kind of also back in freaking Stampede after watching that. It's just like,
literally. Yeah.
So that's when all of a sudden they get a call. It's like, hey, you boys seem to be having trouble. It's like, oh, that's the Kyoshiro family ship. We're saved. Thanks. We got his support. So, Orochi ordered for them to be sunk to the bottom of the sea. So that's all we need to do. So, all right, sink the enemy. Got it. Allow me. Cuts one of them in half. I love. Denjiro is freaking strong.
Yes, which I get. I feel we're finally kind of getting that payoff, right? Like we had that little scuffle with Zoro way back when, and then he's like, oh, it's that guy. But he is a mighty ally to be added to our forces.
Yep. Don't need to sink you. I just disabled the cannons that you had pointing this way. It was like, why we're not your enemies? Why would you do that? Oh, that's the Yakuza boss who took after Hyogoro. It's like, you there, the Yakuza samurai. I am the Yakuza of the flower capital. The people here, there call me Napping Kyoshiro. And Ashura is definitely like, oh, he's a demon with a blade. Be careful, this dude. It's like, the 200 men of the Kyoshiro family are at your disposal in the raid. It's like,
are you joking?
Kaido's force is like, wait, what? And they're all like, wait, why do you ever owe us a favor? And the favor and debt that I owe the Kozuki clan is immeasurable. In fact, I think back on 40 years ago, kin, to the mountain god incident that happened in the capital. The people believed it was to be caused by Lord Oden's rampaging, but they were wrong. And Kinemon's like, wait, kin? That event was caused by the greed of your younger days. And of course, he reveals like, wait, that has to be Denjiro. It's like, is that you?
Yeah, that's
like,
only, which is, it's cool that, placing that at that time that Denjiro was the only other person who would know that. And to use that as sort of like, this is how I will now reveal myself to the rest of the Akazaya samurai.
He looks so weird without the pompadour.
He does. It's like, I suppose you did not recognize me. It's funny. I think it's great.
Yeah. And it's just like, hey, I would have revealed myself to you at once, but I chose to stay your enemy just in case. And hey, sure enough, if I had named myself, the betrayer in your midst would have passed it on and ensured that Orochi had me killed. So I retained Orochi's trust to the end and thus was able to liberate 1,000 samurai from the Resetsu prisoners' quarter. So add another 1,200 soldiers to the total. So we got those prisoners
Rally
out.
the forces.
They are ready to fight.
Yeah, which is... that is also a detail I kind of forgot about because like we kept cutting back to the prisoners and it was so much of like, I guess we're gonna have to miss out. Like I don't know, man.
And I wasn't sure where they were going to go with that. Like, I figured they'd get in, but I wasn't sure how.
Yeah. So kind of tying it all back in through Dijiro, I think is very cool.
Yeah. And you see those same two typical guys from the prisoners' quarters that we always see. It's like, that confirms it's them.
That's the guys.
So it's like, oh wait, Kyoshiro is one of the Akazai Nine. Warn the Onigashima at once. And this is the best part. Section. This is the best part for sure.
The best part.
It's like, kid, I knew that you were sharp. He's like, what? Lord Yasuie's riddle image featured 2 lines over the stomach of the Habu pit viper, which symbolizes Habu port. Those 2 lines over the belly, of course, are assigned to remove the midsection of the word, because it would be obvious to all that taking the middle out of Habu Minato leaves behind Ha-to, or wharf. You relayed only the message of 2 lines to the others, but because you sensed that Orochi had a spy in your midst, you cleverly misread the answer as Tokage port in the presence of your group. And the unwitting spy passed the answer of Tokage straight to Orochi. And Kanjuro is like, you tricked me. What? And it's like, such is the foolishness of a man who lies fallow in the capital for too long. Orochi misjudged the distance between locations and chose to make his move last night. But by that time, all of your allied forces were done crossing the bridges, and all the ships you needed had left the port. The ones they sank were those left behind. So the 4,200 soldiers you rallied followed the plan perfectly, hiding themselves behind the maple forest along the wharf at Habu Port, which we can see there is like, as there goes Orochi's procession, and there they are waiting. And Kid even mentioned them before on the way. So that place, so beloved by Lord Yasuie until the moment of the plan arrives. So Yasuie's like, yeah, this is my favorite spot. Do it there. Yeah. So everyone is actually fine. So.
Yeah, and then just the reveal, the page turn to the spread where it's like, they're like, it might be 20 years later, but we'll never forget Lord Oden's legendary death. We always believed the Kozuki clan would return to power. Let's work together, Akazai. We're ready to fight. The raid on Onigashima hasn't lost a single step. And as we see from Kyoshiro, he says, with our 1,200 to add, the total now stands at 5,400 soldiers. Continue forth, onward to Onigashima. And it's just kind of like, I love just the continue the glaze. And he's like, you truly are our leader, Keen, a man worthy of my respect.
And again, it's such a like shift of oh God, they're screwed. Here's a flashback to just shows things and just make you like, how are they going to get out of this? Yep. And then the reveal of like, oh man, Kinemon really knew what he was talking about and like what was going on. And Luffy's just like, all right, whatever just happened, it sounds like we're good to go. So we're good to hear. And I love how Denjiro's just like, you truly are our leader, Ken. As you said, man worthy of respect. It's like, and Kanjuro's just like, oh, I haven't stopped a thing. Curse you, Kinemon. And Kinemon just goes, yes. And then he goes into his internal thoughts. So this whole entire time was supposed to be the wharf, not Tokage Port? Which is the perfect capper. That Kinemon seems to be the only one who misinterpreted the message.
No, we had 5,000 soldiers who all saw that and got it immediately. And
but Kinemon, who's not smart.
And I love this because like I remembered that this was coming also, and so that when we got that first explanation, and nobody questions it, right? Like he's saying,
all the
he's laying it out, and he's
like, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. It's like, you add, the 2 little marks are legs, so the Habu becomes a Tokage. Yeah, sure. This is kind of like, no, you idiot. you take out the middle section, which is way more complicated. And yet everybody understood it, and I just that final shot, that face from Kinemon, it's just like, yes, all according to plan.
Honestly, there's no perfect perfect capper to this set of chapters of revelations and just things happening and things moving and tides turning than this amazing joke.
Yes. Like, the build up. That our final twist was completely intentional.
Yeah. That's us.
It's fantastic. Oh well, I also love it too because just thinking back, like we talked so much about like, man, it's really cool seeing Kinemon in kind of like this revolutionary leader kind of role, right? The way that he's organizing everybody and like he's literally like he's putting in the work, right? Like he seems like he's on the ball on everything. So there's at no point would you stop to think like that this hidden code to the message is completely wrong. But it ended up working out, and it's like, yeah, so that was what got back to Orochi. Is just like, all right,
why not? Let's do it,
man. But like that, I feel I can't wait for next week. This is like, it really does feel like, as you kind of said at the start, right? Like we just finished Water 7 is what just happened. Like we are finishing up all of our loose ends for Wano. And it's like, all right, let's go across the sea and like fight a bunch.
Yeah, if I had to guess, we're not going to get to Onigashima for a little bit yet. It's going to be the train to Enies Lobby. That's the section we're in now.
Yeah, in true One Piece fashion, right? Like it is never as simple as like complete A to B.
No.
Yeah, but we're certainly like the next kind of few sets. Like we're really going to start getting into after. God, like 60 chapters or something of setup, right? Like it's time to start getting to it.
And the fact that we still don't know what Hawkins is up to, Drake is up to. We don't know the full range of Kaido's underlings other than King, Queen, and Jack. We have Big Mom adding to it. It's a major turnout, but we are far from done. Obviously, we're far from done, but it
yeah.
Like
and we've got we got an extra 1,000 or so soldiers, but it's still, what was it, like 30,000-40,000 or whatever.
Something like that. It's a massive force.
So,
but obviously we
got
some quality warriors on there. So we got some regular guys to help out, but we also have, again, the Akazaya 9, the Minx. There's a lot of allies here that can do a lot more than just the typical underling, because even back in Enies Lobby, Luffy took out 1,000 guys by himself.
Something like that. So I think they can close that gap. It's not the most insurmountable, but I am definitely like, I feel like after reading this set, it is like, okay, like everything is on the table. Like it is nearly time to just like let's get the ball rolling, right? Like we are I'm so ready to get into like the meat and potatoes action.
What's really funny is that I think it works out in a way, because we have the next set of chapters, which is probably going to get us our setup for how we're getting to Onigashima, whatever's happened with that, and then we got to take a 2-week break. Because season 2 of the One Piece live action is coming out, and like the first time, we're covering that. We're gonna do we're gonna try to get the reaction to the very first episode of season 2 out ASAP. So it'll be going to be an earlier episode for everybody involved, just to have that out and relevant as much as possible. And then the following week we'll do the rest of season 2 to have an overall thought process on that, and then we'll return to Wano, which maybe by that point is, hey, let's have some action. But again, we still haven't met a key character.
Oh, even though we're kind of moving towards the action, like there's still lots of narrative woven in there, and lots of reveals in their own right. We're not done yet. Wano still has a lot of surprises left in store, despite having quite a few just in these 5 chapters.
I am so freaking excited. It's been such a good arc.
Yeah, I really do feel like that one panel of just like showing how far Kinemon and Momonosuke and all of the samurai, like that their journey, going. And just as the reader, right, going from Punk Hazard to this, right, like it's all been leading up to this big assault, this big showdown with 2 Emperors of the Sea. So
it's insane. It's so insane. Oh my God.
We're in here. We're doing it.
Yeah, I'm ready. So Yeah, with that, I believe we've said all we've wanted to say about chapters 971 to 975 of One Piece. Thank you so much for listening, and you can find more of my ramblings and stream VODs over at BitNerd Games on YouTube, or simply BitNerd on BlueSky. And Brandon, where can everyone find you at?
I am Brandon Bovia on BlueSky, talking about anime, manga, games, and my job, and yeah, just I can't wait to come back next week for more One Piece.
Same indeed. So yeah, if you'd like to help us out more, you can support the podcast over at patreon.com/DerrickBittner. That's DerrickBitner to listen to the next episode ad-free 3 days early, as well as patron-exclusive bonus episodes, which may include the Hungry Days stuff at this point. Why not? Yeah. And make sure to return next time as we discuss chapters 976 to 980 of One Piece. So until then, my friends, bye.
Remember to take life one piece at a time.